a very special edition of Agenda where we come to you from the headquarters of the Aam Aadmi Party office. Here behind me are people calculating the results of how many people have sent in their votes through referendum. Remember, that's the big story which the Arvind Kejriwal has generated. We'll be asking whether that's smart politics or simply impractical. Of course, our pundits today, eminent sociologist Professor Dipankar Gupta is here with us at the AAP headquarters, and speaking for representing our party's views, we have Dilip Pandey, spokesperson for the AAP party. This whole office right now is buzzing ever since they got this unprecedented number of seats. Over here you see all the volunteers, and what's interesting is that I am told a lot of people from Congress, other parties. This gentleman here is from the JDU, who's now joined the AAP party. We'll be speaking to them in just a bit, and our pundits. Let's just take a look at how other parties have ridiculed the idea of a referendum.
The party which fought the Delhi elections door to door once again knocking on the doors of Delhiites, asking this time whether the Aam Aadmi Party should take the Congress's vote to form a government. Delhiites have been asked to SMS their responses or log on to the party's website to take part in the referendum. But is this taking things too far?
ये इतना कोई बड़ा मुश्किल सवाल नहीं है कि मेरे को सरकार बनानी है या नहीं बनानी है, ठीक है? और 8 तारीख से लेकर और 18 तारीख तक आप ये फैसला ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं.
In a tit for tat, the BJP also brought out its own questionnaire for the Aam Aadmi Party, asking why the party was not acting responsibly.
No, SMS is their business. Let them take any decision on SMS. But we have made it very clear. You know, that is a party born to criticize Congress. But the highest democratic tradition, we have offered unconditional support to them.
There have also been strong reactions on social media. Suresh N tweets, "Nautanki reminds me of the reality show. Vote for this, vote for that." Rolling on the floor laughing, is there a choice to vote for get lost? Sohail Seth tweets, AAP is now a political party, not the moral compass of India. They needn't push their luck. We've seen what happens to the righteous. Akhilesh Mishra tweets, AAP can file a patent for a perpetual election motion machine. Every result in an election to be validated by another election.
It's not about each and every voter, but we want to make sure that 4 or 5 people sitting in closed door rooms should not decide it. Even if we reach 10% of the people, it's better than 4 people deciding it.
Faced with a tough political question, the Aam Aadmi Party has literally gone back to the Aam Aadmi for the answers. But are they testing Delhi's patience, or will their unique political strategy end up paying dividends? In New Delhi, Siddharth Pandey for NDTV.
So our first talking point that we are asking our pundits is, by asking for a referendum on whether they should take support of the BJP or the Congress in forming government or not, is that smart politics or is that impractical? Professor Gupta, you've been quite a fan of the way AAP has emerged as a phenom. What do you make of this latest move?
Well, first and foremost, don't call me a pundit. The second thing is that I think that AAP has done extremely well, and because done so well, I think probably exceeding the expectations, they need a little time to think things over. And probably this is a way of getting that time.
Okay.
I think that would be a smart move, because they have to plan the strategy. And they can also, in this process, get some feedback from other people.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, you know, political leaders have to take a risk. They have to be leaders. And you can't really go to the people every time you have a problem.
Yes.
You have to think things through yourself. You must gauge the sensitivities of people. So referendum is not such a great idea in terms of everyday politics. I think elections is a great idea. In elections you have a manifesto of sorts, whatever, and people vote for it. And you also have a feel. For example, every leader of the AAP and every voter of the AAP probably realizes that the reason why AAP was actually a movement, a great movement, in which culminated with elections.
Mm-hmm.
It was the passion of anti-corruption that actually brought people out.
Yeah.
It was not FDI. It was not neighborhoods getting together and deciding things. It wasn't even Swaraj or whatever you call it. You know.
Yeah.
The most important thing was anti-corruption.
Yes.
And VIP culture. And if I were to advise them, and who am I to do that, I'd say that, stick to these 2 points. There's so much we worked out. For example, what is the Citizens Charter? Where is it languishing?
Okay.
How will you handle the CWG scandal? It's not mentioned in 17 points at all.
Yeah.
Or 18 points at all. So I think if they were to focus on these 2 major central issues and then, work things through, they would be in a better position to nail the Congress,
Just to focus on these two.
The
and I
Congress
think in your piece you were a little critical of the fact that they'd given those 18 and put out their manifesto, which people could quibble with.
For example, if you ask me, do you agree with these 18? I say agree with 6, not with 12. I agree with 12, not with 6.
Yeah.
I agree with 8, not with 10.
Okay.
I mean, what are you doing?
I want him to respond to that, but I just want to put up a second talking point as well, which is something that Professor Gupta brought up in that will it be a tool for all decisions? That's one central key question which everyone wants to know. So, first of all, just to tell people over here, we've just gone around and seen how the office is, and it seems out of the 25 lakh people that you were seeking their opinion of, you've already got 4 lakh replies.
4 lakh 10,000.
4 lakh 10,000. Yeah. What are people saying?
That will discuss or maybe we'll make it
You're
public.
You're not revealing yet.
Yeah.
Is it a decisive one? Are they saying ki one way or another? Is it a...
It's still the same question, right? So
you don't want to reveal that. Anyway. Okay, now respond to some of the things that Professor Gupta has brought up, which other people are also bringing up. Yeah. That will you, first of all, tell us, will you be using this mode of referendums for all issues now?
Yeah, let me come up point by point. I slightly disagree with Mr. Gupta. He's right when he said, there should not be a referendum to run a day-to-day government, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
But whenever there's a decision to be made and that directly affects people's life, I think people's opinions are quite important. And
off the top of your head, can you give us a few?
Yeah, I can give you. On top of the practice that has been so far in established politics is that you're chosen once, you don't have to go back to the people at all. You can keep doing whatever you want. And this is what we are being ridiculed of, right?
You don't think every
BJP and Congress, what they're accusing us, you have been voted once, go and do whatever you want to do. And that's what they've been exactly doing.
Yeah.
You don't want to repeat the same mistake.
You don't think going back to the public every 5 years is good enough?
It's good when you take people's opinion. It's good. They feel good that we are being engaged, we are being involved.
On everything?
Not everything. Anything that affects their life directly. For example, Arvind used to work in a small area in Delhi called Sundarnagari.
Yeah.
And government once installed a fountain over there, while more number of schools and hospitals were required. So how can someone sitting in parliament decides what actually is required over there? Let the people of that locality decide what is...
Do you think that's a good idea? For a local park?
You think you should like local park? Yes, of course, why not? But with the major policy decisions, I don't think the local community should be engaged at that level. Because
FDI in retail? FDI in retail?
You can't have it that way. You can't have the FDI.
For FDI in retail, would you go to the people again?
There could be a lot of decisions. For example, there could be decisions which is related to national security. There could be decisions.
But would you go to them for FDI in retail?
There should be a large referendum.
There should be.
There should be a large referendum.
But do you think people get the intricacies? Do you think I don't know whether I can decide on it?
Here we underestimate the people's wisdom. There's always more number of brains available outside of the room, right?
So what I'm going to say is this. That issues like FDI or how decisions should be taken by the neighborhood or
you said of course that they've also said that they're against FDI in retail.
Whatever it is, so all these issues are issues which were not on the forefront when you came to the voters.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to tell you is this, that if you were to take anti-corruption and VIP culture, there's a lot of things in there that can be brought out. And I think those things should be brought out in greater detail. For example, if you want to know more about, if you want the Congress to be committed towards anti-corruption, try and figure out a very, thought-out plan which has objectives clearly laid out regarding, shall we say, Citizens Charter, or shall we say the CWG scam.
Yeah.
Things of that kind.
Sure.
You can easily work them out. Or the Delhi government has actually passed a norm saying that affidavits should be taken out of most things,
Yes.
But it has not been implemented. So I would say
what
AAP should do is that here it is, only 11 areas you need affidavits. You don't need affidavits anything else. So why are there affidavits all over the place? This is really what bothers people.
Yeah.
What bothers the common citizen is the Citizens Charter. I want something to be done in my neighborhood, nothing's getting done.
Yeah.
How do I implement those things? And I suggest in this case, the Punjab Governance Reforms Commission and Pramod Kumar in particular, they've worked very hard. And what AAP could do is to either go to Punjab or call them over and discuss these issues of corruption, of nepotism, of graft, And these are the issues that will really get you a lot of support. But if you want to put 18 points, then it'll be so divisive. Obviously, nobody can agree on all 18.
Can I just bring up one other thing? When people wrote to us, when we were doing this show, people wrote to us, they said many people felt that you're passing the buck. You've been elected. Arvind Kejriwal has been elected to take certain decisions.
It should not be
What
called,
would you say to those critics?
It should not be called passing the buck. It should be called making people shareholder of or stakeholder of what actually you're going to do.
Okay.
And that's how it should be. I mean, if there's a question of eradicating corruption from this country, it's not just my job or a party's job or Arvind Kejriwal, it's everyone's job. Everyone should be a part of it.
So you find it more part of it.
Let's do it together.
No, what I want to just speak to one person over here who's from the JDU, because obviously this method of having politics is appealing to a lot of people. आप JDU से हैं, क्या नाम है आपका?
मेरा नाम परमानंद रेड्डी है और मैं चेयरमैन पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड था दिल्ली से।
JDU में जी। तो अब आप पार्टी के साथ क्यों आए हैं? आप
पार्टी के साथ एक तो नेक नियत है।
मेंबर बन गए हैं आप? जी,
2 दिन हो चुके हैं। इनकी नेक नियति भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ जो लड़ाई है, जो लड़ाई हम वहाँ लड़ नहीं सकते थे, यहाँ सारी फौज है लड़ने वाली, हमारे जैसी विचारधारा है।
लेकिन आपको टिकट चाहिए, अगर टिकट नहीं देंगे फिर भी काम करेंगे?
नहीं, मैं पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड का चेयरमैन रहा और टिकट बांटता रहा और मुझे चुनाव लड़ने का कोई वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। मैं संगठन के लिए काम करना चाहता हूँ और संगठन को और मजबूत करना चाहता हूँ।